been 6 months and 189 days, but we are finally back for Season 4 of the JBL Cup Series, and what better way to do it than at the Brickyard and at Indianapolis Motor Speedway to kick off the Season 4 chase once again. I'm NR2003, aka Nathan Stapleton, and alongside me, for the first time this season, is Bradley Weem. Welcome up here in the JBL Cup Series booth.
Thank you, man. It's going to be a fun one here at Indianapolis today with the new next-gen cars. My first time commentating here on the JBL Cup Series, but not my first at Indy before. I've commentated at Indy a couple of times and raced here a bunch too. But it's going to be fun to see what these guys can do today. Narrow track, narrow pit road, but I think we're in for a great race today.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be interesting. Indianapolis has hosted the Chase Open every season, and it's doing it once again for the 4th time. And with how this track ends up being, we could be in for a show once again here at the Brickyard. Of course, coming into this race, we just had the Power Truck Series race at IRP last night, short track, and now the Cup Series side at the big track of Indianapolis. And the last time these guys raced was 2 days before Christmas at Pocono. What's the difference between Pocono and Indianapolis? Because they might be 2 big tracks, but one's a triangle and one's a rectangle.
Yeah, Indy's, they're both similar banking, but there's 4, like one of them's just, like you said, one of them's a square and rectangle, and then the other one's a triangle, but they all race differently, and Pocono is a lot. I mean, immensely wider than Indy is. I mean, you really can't even go 3 wide here at Indy. I mean, you can, but it really won't stick well. But Pocono, you can go 4 and 5 wide. But I mean, I really think the wideness of the tracks is what the difference is between Pocono and Indy. But yeah, I also think the strategy will play a big role as well. But we'll just have to see how it all goes and plays out here at the Yard of Bricks.
Yeah, for sure. Pit stops should be 2 of them, depending on how cautions fall, about 16 laps on fuel. And let's go ahead and get go over the points. With the points reset, Jordan Stout, he has 2013 points, and Scott Upton is in second with 2009. Those two have been pretty good all season long. Upton with those 3 wins got a lot of bonus points, and everyone else is very tight. Wyatt Walker with 2003. And everyone else, King Hart, who's been very strong all season long, has been the second best caller to Stout, but is not going to win. Dale Campbell, Benny Watson, Justice Idell, Travis Crampton, Nathan Woman, Trey Smith, Joe Witkowski, who barely made it in with that win at Pocono, and then Aaron Abel, all with 2,000 points. And let's go ahead and get these drivers rolling off here at the Brickyard to kick off the Season 4 chase. And with that being said, the drivers will get rolling off at the Brickyard, and it will be Roger James, who basically won a race in the first part of the season. Alongside him is the 38 of Tyreek Hartman. And role number 2 is one of the part-time drivers that made it from qualifying yesterday. It's the 79 of AJ Crash, and alongside him is the 22 of Mitchell Collins. Role number 3 is Dale Campbell and Benny Watson. Role number 4 is Nathan Ormond and Stephen Collins. And role number 5 is one of the best drivers this season, Jordan Stout, and the driver that barely made it into the Season 4 chase, getting that win at Pocono, is Joe Witkowski. Make sure everyone else is rolling off, and they look to be doing so. And all 40 drivers are rolling off here at the Brickyard. 40 laps on tap to kick off the Season 4 chase. 7 races to crown a champion and bronze. And Bradley, I keep on doing that. Bradley, who do you think will win here at the Brickyard for the Discord 400?
I'm not really sure, but I really think it's going to be somebody within the top 10 or on the inside lane. But I know we're going to have pit stop strategy, so we might see some short pits. It might be somebody from the back. But, you know, I got to go with my favorite paint scheme on the whole entire grid. It's the guy who's starting in 4th in the 22 Shell Pennzoil Ford Mustang. I would imagine that that's Mitchell Collins, but I think that's Mitchell Collins, or one of the Collins brothers.
Yeah, that is Mitchell Collins, so Not
I
to,
got it. I was
Yep,
right.
you got it. Of course, not surprised for you to pick that scheme, but I have to wait and see what happens here in the season 4 opener of the chase. Pace car coming off onto pit road, and Roger James and Tyler Hartman released to the green. 12 drivers still have a shot at the championship, and that all starts off today. 40 laps, and we are green flag racing at the Brickyard. The season 4 chase is underway at the Brickyard.
James gets a good start off of turn. He got a good restart there. The start of the race, he goes into turn 2. He gets a huge lead out in front of the 79, one of the part-time drivers, as they head down the back straightaway. Looks like it's going to be a 3-car at the front of the pack with the outside lane fading as it looks to the inside. The 79 almost contact there. I believe 79 AJ Crash looks for the lead in turn 3. Over to you, Nathan.
Yeah, hopefully AJ Crash does not crash here, but he loves what he sees. Immediately from third to first, AJ Crash will lead lap number 1 with Roger James right behind him in second. And here comes one of the chase drivers, Dale Camel. He's been fast a lot this season, and he is up to third. Nathan Ormond in the 24 on his inside lane up to fourth. And here comes George Stout in fifth. This inside lane is going to be the place where you want to be. Besides turn number 4, that outside lane can get a little bit of a one off turn 4, but right now top 5 single file.
Head down the back stretch again. It's a single file down the back straightaway. A 4 Chevy and 2 more Chevys for the top 4. As they're just going to roll around here, single file. You really want to be in the draft here. I've won a couple races here at Indy, and it means starting position is really important, but also your fuel strategy as well. But you just want to stay up to the front. They'll get a good run off of you at the start, like at around the straightaways, but that's like really the only time that you can pass is in turn 1 and 3. As you can see, the 47 making an inside pass. That's Derek Hamill. We almost have contact between the 21 and the 24. The 21 of Jordan Stout, who, as Nathan said, has been one of the better drivers all year. As they also look on the pole sitter for second and third. That's the 31 of Roger James as they go into turn number 3.
And all that crazy side-by-side action is exactly of what this guy wanted. AJ Crash to pull away from the field. Only one uncharted driver has gone to win this season, and that was the number 27 of Twant Screen all the way back at Phoenix, I believe. Crash trying to become the second uncharted driver to get the job done, but he has a couple of strong chasers trying to chase him down. Dale Hamill and Jordan Stout trying to stop AJ Crash from leading early on. 4 laps into the disc one, and we've always seen a couple of sketchy moments as Orman tried moving James off of turn number 4 off the bottom.
Yeah, Orman had a great run there off of James. I don't know if James's car is handling quite well as he wanted to be, but Orman had a huge run on him in turn number 3 and almost got in the back of them as they come out of turn 3 and head into turn 4. The 47's right on the tail of that 79.
Fantastic stuff so far. Very tight racing, but so far so good. 4 laps into this one at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and here comes Allison Wayne in the number 7, that bright yellow and black machine, trying to get past Ormond here in turn number 1, and he's going to get it. The outside lane is not really going to be whatsoever. Going to fall back, and here comes Trey Smith. Due to some unfortunate circumstances, he wasn't going to make it into the chase, but now he does. And this could be dangerous because he's been, I'm going to kind of, oddly enough, say that he's had what he's been doing in the Power Truck Series. He's had a lot of speed, but a lot of times not on the results that he's probably deserved. And Trey Smith trying to make the most of it here at the last minute entry into the Season 4 chase. And doing a good job in the 51 machine, as is still Crash, Hamill, Stout, 1, 2, 3. And might have to watch out for Allison Wayne because it is a 16-lap fuel window. Might have to see who has the long one car and who has the short one car. But so far, so good.
Yeah, you can see pretty much the whole entire field now in the screen is single file, except for this pack back here. We might go see some 3 wide, but they slowly back that down, lay down the backstretch. In fact, this is really the only battle that is going on the racetrack. Everybody else is single file, and that's what you're going to get here in Indy. There's not a lot of passing that goes around along at this racetrack unless you get into the turns, as that is, I believe that's the only, yeah. But here's Roger. This is Roger James and the 24 of Nathan Orman. They're at five side by side. I believe that is for the 7th position as they come to the line. But it is, and you can also see the 21 and the 47, as well as the 7, as you were just talking about, Allison Rain up here as well. But that just is allowing Crash to continue to pull away.
Yeah, the number 33 that we were shown back there, that blue and white machine for RCO, he's made the most starts out of any uncharted car. This is his 11th start out of 16 races. Absolutely impressive job from that 33 machine. And most of the time when he races, he's very, very competitive. So, great job for that 33 team. And another team that we have to give credit is Allison Rain in the number 7, former champion, defending champion in Season 3. Did not make it into the chase, but she's trying to make a statement and get the win. As we got a caution on lap number 7, not of what Crash wanted to see. First caution of the day in the Disco 400, and looks like it's for the number 12 of Jordan Edwards.
Yeah, not sure what happened. It might have gone 3 wide off one of the turns, as that's pretty normal for Indy, but I'm not 100% sure what happened. We'll have to get to the replay and see. But my money's on a 3 wide coming off one of the turns here.
Yeah, most likely. Have not seen 3 wide yet, but with how crazy the racing has been with a couple of close calls, kind of surprised it took 7 laps to get the first yellow of the day. And yeah, there it is, skid marks entering turn 3, and that did not look like a good angle for the rear end of the number 12 machine. Just looking at the skid marks, and not what Crash wanted to see. He had a massive lead in front of the field, and now, what do these guys do? About halfway on the fuel window, if they pit now, they can maybe have to pit one more time, and I think that's what these guys are going to do here.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see. I think, yeah, it looks like they're gonna come down. They're all gonna come down pit road. I don't see anybody staying out.
Doesn't look.
Now, like we've said, this pit road is pretty narrow, so we might see a contact coming off. Just depends on what all happens on these pit stops here. As you can see, the 79, everybody's gonna come into their stall. I would believe, I don't think they'd get 4 fresh Goodyears. They might just get left sides, but we'll see what happens.
Let's see, white sides for the 79. Looks like they're all going to do 4 tires.
Some pit stop strategy here.
Oh, but the 17 though, might have to take a
yeah. The 17
was
one of the ones that took 2. He was one of the ones that took 2.
The 17 of Logan Williams, who I believe won the All-Star race earlier in the year. He's going to do some strategy and be the race leader, with 79 who was out front, and second, Allison Rain, and third, Jordan Stout, and 4th, I believe. And then the 38th Tyree coming in the top 5. So, always seeing some tire strategy here at the Mini.
Yeah, I don't think this will really hurt them that much, because it's early in the race. But it gets him the track position that he needs so far. But it will be interesting to see what happens on this restart to see if he can keep that track. Oh, there's what happened. They must have had contact and they hit the outside wall coming into 3. Somebody must have dived it in too deep. We'll get a look at that in the second here on the replay. It had to be, yeah, it was definitely the 12.
That's Jordan Edwards. So
yeah,
and that's unfortunate. He's had a disappointing season in this 12 machine. And speaking of which, let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the first caution of the day in the Discord 400 at the Brickyard. Well, here we go. I guess you can say this is a racing incident going into turn 3. Ben Watson tried getting to the inside of the 12 up Jordan Edwards, and 12 came down. The 9 dive bombed it into turn 3, and unfortunately one of the chases, Watson takes out a non-chaser and hard into the outside wall for Jordan Edwards in turn number 3. And luckily it was a single car incident, but unfortunately, that's going to have a tough way to end his day. Not end his day, but he's definitely going to have damage. And I'm very unfortunate for that number 12 machine of Jordan Edwards getting dumped by a chase driver.
Alright, so you can see them coming down the backstretch. Watch the 9 and gets a big push from, I believe that is the 8. No, that's the 36, but he just turns the 12 into the turn 3 wall. Nothing he can do about it. He's almost got clipped again, but as you can see, he gets the car rolling again. Brings it down pit road. Tough luck, Jordan Edwards. But that actually was the 78 that was pushed. Richard Kinghart, the rookie that was pushing the 9 car down the backstretch, got into the 12. But yeah, we're gonna go back up to the front. The 17 car is your race leader. He took two tires and that's Logan Williams, who took 2 tires to get on to the pit stop strategy bus. And now he's in the lead here at Indy, the Yard of Bricks. We'll get you back to your race. Brought to you by Discord.
Welcome back to the Yard of Bricks Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We will go back green on lap 12 of 40 here for the Discord 400. And unfortunately, while under caution, Angel Oliveira blew up. He blew a valve, and he's going to be the first retiree of the day in the Discord 400. Very unfortunate. Early in the year, Oliveira was one of the strongest cars, along with Kinghart and Stout, but fell off a cliff, unfortunately. And he comes into this race 25th in points, and when he was in the top 10 at one point, I do believe. So just a fall off, and fortunately starts off the chase as a non-chaser, and he blows up. So I'm on a 2-tire strategy. Logan Williams willing us back to the green. AJ Crash in 2nd. Allison Rain in 3rd. Jordan Stout in 4th. Hartman in 5th. Clark Bichon the 3rd out of nowhere in 6th. Hamill in 7th. Collins in 8th. The number 22 of Collins. And the 33 of Lance Smith Jr., as I believe I just saw the other Trackhouse car just blow up. Back green, and yes, that's 99 Garcia. So under the caution, both Trackhouse cars blew up. That is very, very unfortunate. As we are back green on that number 12.
Unfortunate issues for Trackhouse Racing. As we are back green, as we go down the back straight into the back straightaway. The 17 looks to be strong now, but the 79 will probably get a run down the back straightaway here. As you can see, all the cars are single file, but there's a battle for 2nd and 4th at the moment as we speak. 21 to 66, I believe, and I believe that's the 38. Yes, the 38 cars. Those guys all battling for positions up here early. Actually, I was wrong. That's the
55.
No, it is 55.
Yeah, 55 is
55.
It's tough. Real number 5 for the 55. Clark Bichon has tight racing right there. As we got 3 part-timers. First we only have 1. Now we got 3 part-timers up here. As Crash all over the back bumper of Logan Williams, trying to get past him. Williams on 2 tires. Have to see how long that lasts him here. I think he probably wants a caution and to maybe stay with the scrap position. But Allison Lane gonna stop AJ Crash here. Gonna send it in turn 3. Yes, she will. Side by side for 2nd between Lane and Crash. Just a little bit of contact right there.
Just a little bit. It's really tight up here in turn number 4 as they head down the front stretch again. We're at lap number 13, coming to complete that. We'll be on lap number 14 once they cross the bricks. It's still the 17 car of Logan Williams leading as we got a battle for 2nd between Crash and Allison Rain. Yep, Allison Rain, and then the 21 is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think the 55 took 2 tires as well, because I don't think he was up here at the start of the race.
Yeah,
so,
you might be onto something. I didn't see the 55 in the top 10 at all, so the 55 might have also done the 2-tire strat for some trap position as the 21 moved, the 79 out of the way, and a little bit more contact. Things are getting aggressive here at the gigantic, I guess, These drives are racing like it's a gigantic short track here, as we got 3 wide in the back, almost. Crazy stuff, as now Stout trying to chase down the 2-tire strategy of the number 17 machine.
Yeah, they come to complete lap number 14 as they head down on to turn number 1 and turn number 2. So you can see the 38, the 47 battling, as well as other cars back here. That's close again with the 55 and 47, but they get off easy on the back straightaways. 3 Fords and a Chevy, and then another Ford in the top 5. Is that not as close that time for the 21? Is the 21? Who's in the 21?
Jordan Stout.
Oh yeah, Jordan Stout. Jordan Stout. He sends it into, and we got a new leader.
Jordan Stout, one of the best drivers all season, all the way with a massive gap on the rest of the chase field. And to the race lead he goes, and you mentioned it, Fords galore, first, second, third, fifth. 4 Fords in the top 5, and then we got a cluster of different manufacturers back here. But Ford has been the dominant manufacturer all season long, and keeping it up here after a 6-month hiatus and Stout. Now those 2 tires might be holding local millions, and for Crash, Hartman, and Hamill, they really want to get past 17 here as soon as possible. So the longer that they stay beyond this 2-tire strat of the 17, the more Stout is going to pull away.
Yeah, I do believe that. Yeah, that's definitely gonna affect the top 2. It's gonna allow Stout to pull away, as those tires were about, I believe, around 12, maybe about 11 to 10 laps old, whichever side that the 17 to take. But I don't think it'll be that much of an issue. I think it'll be fine until we start seeing the tire fall off. But yeah, it just all depends on the pit stop strategy and what have you. But I want to go take a look in the middle of the pack here, a couple cars behind this number 8 car. We got some big battles going on back here with a couple of cars. I believe that's the drivers in the 248, I believe that's the 77, and a bunch of others. I mean, a bunch of others. A couple of chase cars as well. Just a lot of battling going on in turn 3 and 4.
Yeah, we got about 10 cars that have broken away from the field, and maybe like 7 or so, but then you got all these guys battling like crazy throughout the rest of the field here. And one guy I want to mention is Joe Witkowski. He jumped up like 12 spots after a Pocono and getting that race win, and now he is getting a great one here along with his teammate Lance Smith Jr. And who knows, maybe this reset might have a shot for Joe Witkowski to steal a championship here in Season 4 of the JBL Cup Series, as some of these guys went way wide. Oh boy!
Oh!
33
AJ
put
crash
79
in
into
the
the
wall.
wall, and one of the fastest cars in the first half of this race has damage. I don't know if the 79 was coming down pit road or what, but that was really weird in turn 4, and now Crash has damage.
Yeah, they just slipped up on the track there at turn 4. We've seen it many times here at Indy, whether it's a 3-wide situation or a 2-wide situation. But yeah, he just ran out of room there in turn 4.
And at the line, it will be lap 20, and next time by, we will be halfway through this thing in the Discord 400. It's been a wild one for sure. The 79 led the majority of the first one, and now the 17 still holding these the 38 on 2 tires, but Jordan Stout trying to get his second victory on the season. As Crash is pitting? No, he's not. I thought he would, but I don't know what happened. I guess they might have just slipped up the racetrack and turned 4, and now Hartman's gonna get to the inside. No, Hartman still cannot get past the 17, as we got a lot of single file throughout the rest of the field. And I think these guys might be selling in a little bit here, because they pit around lap 7 or lap 8, as now the 38 is going to get past the 17. Should be about 16 laps on fuel, so maybe around lap 24, 26, they might be able to pit here, and then they might be able to barely make it on fuel. So maybe they might be in a little bit of a fuel save mode. But Hartman finally gets past the number 17 for second. And how about Lance Virginia? Up to third now for the part-time driver, who's made the most starts this season.
Yeah, good run for him. He's done well this season in JBL. Like you said, he's added the most starts out of any part-time driver on the roster, and he's really making his money worth right now as he's looking for third on the 17 Ford. He is that part-time driver is in the highest Chevrolet spot at the moment, as in fourth, but he doesn't get to the inside of the 17 there as they head into turn number 4.
Halfway through the disc with 100 in the top 10 as follows Stout, Hartman, Williams, Lance Smith Jr., Dale Camel, Joe Lukowski, Allison Lane. How about Richard King inside the top 10? And how about Benny Watson? Might have moved the 12 out of the way, but now he's inside the top 10. And Crash is still in 10th. I don't think that damage is really affecting him since he's in the draft of his top 9. But the top 10 are all in a group with each other. And then 11th on back are in a second group, being led by the 77 of Memphis Fisher. But I think these guys are definitely starting to think about pit stops, because I can tell these tires are definitely falling off a little bit. Not a lot, but about half a tenth. That's what Kowski is going to get past Dale Camel right there. And I thought we were going to have pit stops, but the 8 just went wide. So now Hamill's going to get back to the inside of Joe Wachowski.
Yeah, he's going to look for that spot on a Chevrolet not teammate, but they almost took it 3 wide there, almost. But they didn't, which is good because they didn't want. I didn't want them to wreck again, going 3 wide. Like I've seen so many times happen before here, and just depending on the spot on the track, it just will pile up, and then you won't be able to get through it, especially if it happens at the front. But I don't really think these cars will do that. It happened a lot with 2020 in the JBL Cup Series in 2022, I believe, or something like that. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Oh,
17. Oh, we're gonna. Yep. Here's our pit stop strategy. Those tires are the 2 tire stop. You're gonna see a couple guys come in here. The ones who took 2 tires, I believe, which is only about 4 cars on this lap. But it's lap 23, 24. I mean, that's about 8 laps after they came in. So this could put them right at the money. But I'm not 100% sure if they might run out if we're talking 16 laps on that. So we also have to see if that's the same thing with the other drivers as well. They might be coming into pit too, regardless of if they took 4 or 2 tires. We'll just have to see.
Yeah, they pitted with 16, 17 laps to go, so have to be very interesting to see. And they're going to go side by side. Stout really ripping that top side. That's turn 4. For whatever reason, the outside lane is really, really good, and Stout is going to keep it. And I don't think anyone's going to pit here on lap 24. So I think those 2 tires might hurt them for now. And yeah, no one else pitted. And now, all these guys are going to go a lap down in the process. With 16 to go. Not of what they want to see happen, because if caution happens, that's going to ruin their race. 16 to go, and Hartman's going to try again in turn 3.
Yeah, he's going to look to the inside here. The 21 almost was in the wall there, coming into the corner, as he might slip up a little bit. Oh, but he just saved it, didn't hit the wall at all. But new leader, it's the 38 car for Front Row Motorsports and Tyreek Hartman, as it's still Ford is 1-2.
And I think Ford has done every lap so far in this race. First it was the 79 Ford, then it was the 17 Ford, then it was the 21 Ford, and now the 38 Ford. When I say that Ford has been the dominant manufacturer, they have been, and I don't know why, but Ford has been very prepared this season clearly for this new next-gen car. And still, no one has pitted yet, so I think that 2-tire call, we have to wait and see how that cycles out, but that might not have been the way to go, as coming to 14 to go at the line. And now Stout Well, not Stout. Kino and Wachowski has almost contact off turn number 3. And
Yeah, this is getting wild here. We're gonna go 3 wide. Those guys are. Yep, we're getting pit stops for the 4 tire guys.
yep, 14 to go.
This will
So
be.
they
I
are
think this
easy
is.
to make it.
Yeah, they can easily make it unless we get some sort of unless we have overtime or something like that wild happen. But I don't know if we do that in the JBL Cup Series.
We do not. We don't have the capabilities to do that.
Okay.
So yeah, 14 laps to go. These guys are good. The 2 tires guys that pitted with 17 laps to go might be good. They might have to save a little bit. But with 14 to go, coming to 13 to go, now the real question is the undercut going to be the way to go, or the undercut going to be the way to go? Second round of pit stops, first round of green flag pit stops, and here we go. Group number 2 here, Stout, Lance Jr., Hamill, Kino, and it looks like a bunch of cars are going to pit, and literally everyone else that took 4 tires under that first caution is down on pit roads. Now, the question is, Bradley, the undercut or the overcut going to work out?
I think it's going to be the overcut. I think these guys who are on pit road now clearly have a shot to make it, but I don't know if those guys who took 2 tires at the beginning, they came in right with 16 to go. I don't know if they can make it. I think their tires are going to wear out more than these guys, but it all depends on how much they can jump on the rest of these guys.
There's the 38 of Tyreek Coleman who pitted in the first group, and then there's the 17. I don't think he's going to get his lap back. He's trying really hard, but I don't think he's going to do so. Have to watch here with the 38 as the 77 got a massive 1 entering turn 3. Well, not turn 3, turn 1. See, Hartman's going to get past the 78 and the 47. There's the 33, and there's the 21. It's going to be the undercut barely winning it. And it's going to be Hartman as the new race leader.
Yep. I was wrong, but I was mainly talking about later on in the race. I didn't really expect them to get beat out of pit road like that, but I don't think that these undercut guys will be able to. I don't know if they'll make it or not. We'll just have to sit back and see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. 14 laps on fuel. They should be good to go, but for the guys that did the overcut, they're going to be good, and actually, this 17 wants a caution right now, because he is in second. So, he wants a caution right now. Fisher really out front. And, Logan Williams, he wants a caution right now.
Yeah, these guys really need a caution if they want to get back into this race. It's going to give us a 10-lap shootout or something like that. If that happens, all is going to depend on how we go about things, though. It'll be definitely interesting to see for sure.
Coming to 11 laps to go. Fisher, Williams, Hartman the top 3, Lance Jr. in 4th, Jordan Stout in 5th. Where to the number 18 of Brandon Nelson come from? Inside the top 10 and 6th with Jaquino in 7th. The 4 of Brandon Beal is in 8th. 9th, Benny Watson in 9th. The 47 of Dale Campbell rounds out the top 10. The 23 of Josh Williamson, who barely missed out on making it into the season 4 chase, is in 11th. Club Pajon the 3rd is in 12th. Eli Bright is in 13th. Travis Crampton in 14th. Stephen Collin in 15th. Aston Marine in 16th. The 51 is in 17th. 45 Noah Clifton in 18th. Elijah Gordon in 19th, and Owen Miles rounds out the top 20. And here we go, 10 laps to go in the Discord 400. And I think these guys might need a caution if they want to catch up with the top 3. As I think the 17 of him pitting multiple laps sooner than everyone else, he's starting to hit his tires here. And it might come down to Hartman and Memphis Fisher for the race victory here at the Brickyard. And looking at the back of the field, the 41 is back here, and the 79 dominated in the first 10 laps. I think they had to fix his damage under caution, under pit road, and unfortunately he currently sits in 37th. But 10 laps to go. Pit stops really spread out the field, and we might have a duel at the Brickyard between Memphis Fisher and Tyree Cartman.
And I just wanted to go back to the 17 car real quick. The pit stop strategy that he did at this the first caution, I really liked that because he got him up a good bunch of spots that he probably might not have had a great finish if he didn't do that, but he's making up for it. Even though he's not probably most likely not going to be able to get a win today. But I really like that strategy that team pulled off.
Yeah, and you got a great point. That's what these non-chasers have to worry about. They can't win the championship anymore, so might as well just go out there and try to steal wins from the 12 chasers for the rest of the season. And speaking of stealing a win, Tyree Cartman moved Fisher out of the way in turn number 3, and new race leader, the 38 of Hartman. But as far as road wins, I believe he won all stories. It's been a while, so I don't entirely remember. But tried to get a good one here, and I do agree. We didn't see him at all before that two-title strategy, so I don't think he's gonna make it. I don't know if we're gonna get the caution that he's gonna want to have happened to stay on the lead lap, but still a great one for the 17. As Fisher's not done for the race lead, he's gonna do exactly what Hartman did the lap prior, as these two are really putting on a show here at Indy.
Yeah, they're doing a good job to help the fans out here in this one, as we are almost to the end. We've only got about 7-ish laps to go. Make it 7 when we get to the line.
Yep,
we're going to have an intense battle. Yep, we're going to have an intense battle for this race to win.
And who knows, maybe the 17 was just saving fuel, who knows? Because he could still make it on fuel. They pitted with 16, 17 laps to go. So that's barely, does not have to save enough, a lot, and maybe that's what he was doing, because now, here comes 17, trying to get to inside of Hartman, and here's the thing. All this battling for the race lead with the top 3, that's slowly allowing the 21 and the 18 and all these guys to catch up. So this might not be over yet here at the Brickyard, but Fisher now is starting to pull away from the field with 6 laps to go.
Yeah, Fisher, he's looking like he might be able to steal this one from these guys. We got 2 other Fords that are fiercely battling for for the win, but the other guys behind them are also closing in as well. So I'm not 100% sure how it'll go down. I think that these guys behind him, they might catch up to him. They might. It's very possible that they might.
They need to stay single file. They can't be doing this, though. Double file's going to slow them down, and that's not going to help them whatsoever. Coming to 5 laps to go. But, and tell you what, it's not a Fisher. He comes into this race 14th in the standings. So, as of right now, he is the second highest non-chaser with the chase reset. Been very consistent, and honestly, he had a realistic shot at making it into the chase, but couldn't get the job done. And Fisher trying to get his first win on the season here at the Brickyard with 5 laps to go. But can Hartman steal it? Can Mel Williams steal it? Or can these guys get lazy and allow Brian Nelson, Stout Hamill, Lance Virginia to close in as well? And I just want to mention of how no matter what, King Hart and Stout are always up front. And King Hart once again up front as well. And just a great one from Watson to bump and wreck someone to being inside the top 10. As 4 laps to go, 20 miles left. I think I did that one. I don't know. 4 laps to go, and Hartman closing in on Fisher.
Yeah, I don't know. They might battle back and forth here, but I don't see that other back closing in now. I think they used up all their stuff. So I think it's just going to be this 3-car battle. 38 might make a move to the end. Nope, he's going to stay right behind him. I think that 17 is lurking, though. I think the 17 is going to lurk to see what could, if they might wreck. I'm not sure. But it's just going to have to see. We're going to have to see.
Coming to 3 laps to go. If they get side by side, that might allow the 17 to close in, but the 38 lost a lot of ground off of turn number 4 to the 77, and now the 17 is closing back in. I think the 17 might be good on fuel, because he's been looking behind the top 2, probably saving a little bit of fuel, and maybe the tires are just holding him back since he pissed before everyone else did, and I think these guys really want them to go side by side right now if they want to have any shot. Is Holman gonna make his move? Not yet. He's thinking about it. He's just gonna wait in the wings beyond the 77. Almost thought about it. He's gonna not quite get there. Not gonna be able to bump him out of the way. Coming to 2 laps to go. 5 miles left in the Disco 400 to kick off the Season 4 chase. Only 1 caution so far. And who's gonna get the 38 or the 77?
Head down to turn number 1. The 77 looks to be, he's going to have, they might actually catch him. They might, but I don't know if they're going to have enough to get to the win. 77, the 38, and the 17. The 18 will, these guys will definitely catch the 17. I don't think the 17 of Logan Williams will be finishing third. I doubt that, but they're not going to be able to get to him in time. I don't think they're going to get this win.
Yeah, I think
it's up to the top 2 though.
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to these top 2. If they didn't go side by side, these guys might have had a shot for the win. But speaking of the shot for the win, it's going to be a battle between 2 non-chasers. Tyree Coleman and Memphis Fisher. White flag is in there. Who's going to get the job done at the Brickyard? The 38's been all over the back bumper of the 77, but has not been able to get to the inside.
Head off in the they're going to head down the back straightaway now as final lap here at Indianapolis.
Can he get there? He's going to descend in turn 3. That's the only way that he's going to do it, as they're going to go side by side for third. We're going to end up getting that prediction right. Williams is not going to get third, but he is going to get a really good finish, as Hartman's going to try to bump Fisher out of the way. Not going to get there.
They might get him at the line, though, but if they're going to come to the line, no move. It's going to be the 77 taking the win here at Indy.
77 and Memphis Fisher was able to hold on to it and get the job done. Don't really know where he came from, but a great one from the 77 after a race that was dominated by mostly 4s. The 79, the 21, and the 38, and even the 17. All dominated, but at the end of the day, Chevy, Spawn Motorsports, and Memphis Fisher steal it and hold on to the Hollow Trojan 38 and the rest of the field. Only 1 caution, and then we ended up getting about a 28 lap green flag one to the finish. Saw some interesting racing, some bumping ones, and a couple of close calls, but Fisher is going to hang on to win the first race of the Season 4 chase.
Congratulations.
Yeah, what a race, Bradley.
Yeah, that was a really great race. We didn't see a lot of wrecks at all, which is good for these guys, keeping the cars clean. That's what we like to see, and that's what the team owners and everybody likes to see too. But yeah, thank you to Nathan for having me up in the booth today. It was a lot of fun, and hopefully we can do this again some other time. It'll be a lot of fun to see who can take home the season. I don't even know what season it is. Whatever, season 4, excuse me. Season 4 JBL Cup Series Championship. Best of luck to the rest of these drivers and the rest of the chase in this season. Maybe I'll be up here again in the booth sometime soon. We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, for sure it is great having you up here, and have to wait and see what the rest of the season 4 holds. And the rest of the not the rest of the points, the rest of the results. Fisher gets the job done. Hartman, Nelson, Stout, Hamill Williams. Lance Smith Jr. continued his push as being the best part-timer. In 7th, Beal, Williamson, and Keno rounds out the top 10. Crampton, Watson, Clark, Bashar the 3rd. Gordon, Smith, Bright, Collin, Fitzy, Upton, and Wayne rounds out the top 20. And only 2 cars finished out of this one, and they were both the Trackhouse cars of Juan Garcia and Angel Obear due to engine issues. But a pretty good race, not a lot of cautions, but pretty good racing here at the Brickyard, and have to see what happens for the rest of season number 4 with Richmond next time out next week, where the first Richmond race had 5 cautions and 2 flips. Will we see the same thing happen? Who knows, but hopefully not. But until then, next week it will be the Oswego Dirt for the Power Truck Series, and it will be Richmond for the JBL Cup Series. So a couple of short tracks, one with dirt, one with pavement, and to kick off week 2 of the chase for both series. Huge thanks for Bradley and Liam for joining me up here in the booth. Huge congratulations to Memphis Fisher for winning the Disc Golf 100. It feels good that getting the JBL Cup is back on the way, and it's going to be a fun summer on the next race 97. And coming on next other points after race 1 of the chase. And until next week at Richmond, we will see you guys next time for the JBL Cup Series at Richmond Raceway. Bye!